Welcome to my Learn English YouTube channel. Before we begin today's session, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this.
Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something I think most of us struggle with from time to time. It's expanding our vocabulary.
Right.
And specifically today, we're looking at that word very.
Yeah.
That overused word very.
Yeah.
And exploring some more vibrant alternatives to using that word.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be using this YouTube video by Alina Race live called Don't Use Very, Use These Alternative Words. And I have to admit, I am very curious to see how much we can elevate our language by simply ditching this one little word.
You know, it's funny because very really does sneak in there, doesn't it? It's like an invisible intensifier that we just throw in there.
Totally.
And we think it's harmless, but it's really not.
Yeah.
Because it lacks the precision and punch of a well-chosen alternative.
You're so right. I was looking at some of the pairings in the video.
Yeah.
And, you know, it really hit home for me. Like, for example, she suggests replacing very tiny with minuscule. Minuscule just creates such a strong image. I mean, don't you think?
Absolutely. Minuscule. It has almost a scientific precision to it.
Right.
You're conjuring up an image of something incredibly small.
Yes.
Almost microscopic, you know?
Yeah.
Very tiny. Just doesn't have that same impact.
No, not at all. And it's not always about just creating vivid imagery.
Right.
Sometimes it's about capturing the right tone. Like, instead of very sick,
Okay.
she suggests morbid.
Now, morbid is a great example of a word that carries a much heavier connotation.
Yes.
It hints at something more serious, even a bit unsettling,
Yeah,
which very sick doesn't quite convey.
it really doesn't.
Nah.
You know, it makes you realize how much power choosing the right word really has.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm reminded of this short story I wrote ages ago.
Okay.
And my critique partner at the time basically highlighted every single very.
Oh,
And believe me, there were a lot of them. It was a real wake-up call.
yeah.
It just felt so flat and lifeless.
I think that happens to all of us at some point.
It really does.
Oh, but think about how this applies to other areas of our lives.
Yeah.
Let's say you're in a job interview
Okay.
and you say you're very interested in a position.
Right.
It just doesn't have the same energy as expressing that you're eager
Right.
to learn and to contribute.
Oh, that's a fantastic point. Eager implies enthusiasm and initiative,
Exactly.
while very interested just sounds passive.
Very passive. And that's what it's about. It's about understanding the subtle ways that word choice can shape perception. And it's not just about sounding more professional either.
Right.
It's about being a more effective communicator overall.
So were there any other word swaps from the video that you found particularly useful?
Well, one that stood out to me was replacing very old-fashioned with archaic.
Okay.
Because archaic has a sense of history and permanence to it.
Yeah.
It makes you understand that we're talking about something truly outdated, perhaps even a bit antiquated.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
It sounds so much more elegant
Right.
than just saying very old-fashioned,
Exactly.
because you just step back in time.
That's the beauty of exploring language. There are so many nuances and shades of meaning that we can tap into if we just move beyond this default setting of very...
You know what? This deep dive has been a real eye-opener for me.
Oh, good.
It's amazing how such a small change
Yeah.
in vocabulary can make such a big difference in how we communicate.
Huge.
Ditching very
Yeah.
and embracing stronger, more precise language can really make our writing more vivid, our conversations more engaging,
Absolutely.
and our overall communication more impactful.
You got it.
So what do we do with this?
Well, the great thing is this is an ongoing journey, right?
It is.
So I challenge you to pay attention to how often you use very over the next week
Okay.
and see if you can consciously replace it with a more descriptive and impactful word from the video
Right.
or even just from your own vocabulary.
Good idea.
Yeah.
It's like a treasure hunt, for better words.
Cutie.
And as you start to replace that overused, you're going to find yourself expressing your ideas with more clarity, more confidence, and maybe even a touch of brilliance.
That's right.
Who knows? People might start describing you with those richer, more vibrant words before long.
I love it.
You know?
That's great.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, until next time.
See you later.